You're listening to Swamp Grass Radio. Hope you enjoy it. Listen down here by the canal. Everybody sitting by the bayou, it don't matter where you're at, as long as you enjoy this attitude of swamp grass. Thanks for listening here to Swamp Grass Radio.
As the story goes, Jesus died for you. You're a great and awful sinner, but Jesus died for you. As the story said and told, Jesus died for you. Anything that you're gonna do, it's been forgiven by the grace of our Lord. As the story goes.
Don't get yourself in a worry. Don't get yourself in a tizzy. You're listening to Swamp Grass Radio, that's right. Well, it's a little like bluegrass, a little slower. Something like that, we're not sure. But I tell you, this Swamp Grass Radio is something that rocks.
My woman never came home. I went a-looking for her. I found her with Bobby Jones. They was hugging and squeezing and kissing and loving together. I went home, grabbed my rifle, prayed to the Lord for forgiveness, and proceeded on with the night. I walked in, well, they were a-loving. I decided not to shoot, I decided just to let it alone. So I went out drinking, and I drank myself into the ditch, 'cause that woman is evil, a real live witch, and an awful bitch.
I'll tell you right now, you're listening to Swamp Grass Radio. And if you don't like that, well, then you don't like anything. That's right, Swamp Grass Radio.
Yes, I'm here for some of the Mountain Dew, Mr. Moonshine. I tell you what I'm gonna do different this time. I'm gonna sit right down so I don't fall on the ground. I'm gonna sit right down so I don't fall on the ground. Yes, I'll have some white lightning. I ain't kidding. Clean like a virgin's wedding ring. Oh Lord, I think I hear the angels sing. And I'm gonna sit right down so I don't fall on the ground. Bubble and a burping, burping and a churning. Beauty in that sour mash. After fermenting, cooking and the steaming, loving and adoring your stash. I'm gonna sit right down so I don't fall on the ground. I'm gonna sit right down so I don't fall on the ground.
That's right, we are the home of the best swamp grass that you're going to find anywhere across this land. And don't forget to come down this weekend, down to the village square, down at the market square, down at the city square, down at the town square. We're all going to meet. We're going to have ourselves a jamboree. All right, now let's continue on. You listen to Swamp Grass Radio.
In the early morning, she died of poison. In the early morning, she died of poison. Lord, last night I tried to drown her. I held her down to the bottom of the tub. She passed out. And when she woke up, I said, "Baby, what happened?" She said, "I don't know." She said, "Lord, I read the letters that she wrote to a man that's out at the Civil War. If I come to find out, the one I love, she's a whore. I know that I'm supposed to forgive and Jesus is taking care of all the sin, but I can't. You see, I just can't." In the early morning, she died of poison. In the early morning, she died of poison. Lord, as I sit here, I see the hangman's rope being tied up with the 13 knots. I guess I'll be seeing you soon. Well, you see, I didn't want to take a knife to her. It was just too bloody. And I didn't want to club her over the head. It's just too grubby. So I slipped a little bit of poison in her coffee. In the early morning, she died from the poison. In the early morning, she died from the poison.
And you've been listening to Swamp Grass Radio all day long. And believe me, folks, there is so much more people where that is coming from. Much more Swamp Grass Radio. Let's just say the swamps are deep around here. But we have to go to commercial break, and I do apologize for the inconvenience. But please come on back, because if you ever want to hear the best swamp grass music you're ever going to hear in this whole lifetime, you'll come back here and you're going to listen to Swamp Grass Radio.